I'd like to share with you an update of how we have worked toward the goals of our strategic plan adapted to the COVID-19 pandemic. This year, we have worked to provide more learning opportunities for students, encouraging them to take this time to learn, listen, and do the internal work necessary to develop into an effective change maker. We taught an Introduction to Community Engagement course for first-year Bonner Fellows, an Organizing for Social Change course focused on community organizing theories and skills, and a Beyond the Vote half block that helps students understand the election as well as explore what it means to be a citizen beyond casting a vote. Beyond the classroom, we designed and launched the Changemaker curriculum, a series of weekly educational workshops geared toward specific cohorts around the themes of self, community impact and issues, and theories of social change. Finally, our student issue organizers offered 9 issue-based panels that brought together campus and community leaders in an effort to learn about how issues impact our local community and raise awareness of current efforts to address the issues. Our primary adaptation to a virtual environment has been to pivot to virtual community-based projects, which allow our campus community to invest their knowledge and skills in an organization's mission while working flexibly and virtually. In 2019, we launched the Peak Inquiry Project, which stands for Publicly Engaged, Actionable Knowledge, as well as shorthand for the Pikes Peak community. The Peak Inquiry Project is a platform to collect community-identified, problem-solving, and creative project needs, which our office then proactively connects to faculty for classroom projects, students for thesis projects, capstone projects, and individual and team student volunteering. In the ways available to us, we have continued to support virtual community-engaged learning courses. This spring, we are completing a faculty course development cohort launched in the 2019-2020 academic year to enhance understanding of community-engaged research methodologies, how to integrate knowledge-based projects into the classroom, and practically support the process of identifying community projects that would fit into course learning goals. We received a second installment of a community-engaged learning grant supported by the Bonner Foundation, with a focus on developing peak inquiry and community organizing related training and education. Finally, primarily through the Peak Inquiry platform, we supported several faculty in connecting to community projects that supported their course learning goals. Like everything else, we've had to adapt community engagement to a virtual world. To inspire and mobilize people to do community work, we launched 10 issue-based coalitions and hired student organizers to lead them. The goal is to begin to have blockly meetings of students, partners, staff, and faculty across the campus with shared passions to facilitate collaboration and shared work. We've also creatively adapted existing engagement programs and support, including Breakout, which has organized countless virtual and distant service trips for Saturdays and block breaks. About half of the CCE's 20 student organizations have adapted to virtual formats, and we've supported several individual students in continued virtual engagement, particularly with our high-impact partners. This year, we've been able to keep all of our student programs active, including learning and community building components, as well as those engagement opportunities available to us. This includes the Community Engaged Scholars program, in which students commit to engaging voluntarily 300 hours over the course of their CC experience. The Community Engaged Leadership cohort within that program, in which students commit to increased intentionality, learning, and a capstone project their senior year. The Bonner Fellowship, a paid fellowship for a diverse cohort of students who commit to 192 hours annually of learning and community action. And Public Achievement, a community organizing program focused on enhancing youth voice and agency. We continue to support our high-impact partners through programming as well as working with them to gather project ideas and virtual or distanced volunteer needs. And we have adapted all cross-campus programming to COVID-safe formats, including our NSO programming, Week of Action, taking place this week, and of course, Community Engagement Recognition Night. In a difficult year for many, we have prioritized supporting the financial and mental well-being of our students. To do so, we have privileged spending that provides financial support for students, including an expanded intern team and supporting our Bonner Fellows. We've also started a new community engagement advising system to support students' mental and emotional well-being, where each CCE staff has a caseload of students we reach out to for check-ins and support, particularly as it relates to community engagement. Finally, we worked on building our own capacity by partnering more closely with students, and in so doing, creatively adapted to our own staffing shortage, as well as meaningfully engaged with students during a time with many barriers to community work. To do so, the CCE launched an expanded version of the co-op. The co-op is our student intern structure centered on sharing power and decision-making with 16 student interns, 6 of whom lead ongoing student programs and 10 of whom lead issue-based coalitions. We have loved having this expanded team of student advocates and thought partners. We are proud of what we've been able to do this year with your collaboration, support, and energy. If you have any questions about our work or how to get involved, please write to cce@coloradocollege.edu.